Wow, okay, today's video is going to be extremely packed. We have the Nintendo president basically coming out to say that they have a bunch of titles that are coming out this year and early next year that have yet to be announced, which is obviously more confirmation that a Nintendo General Direct is happening soon. And we even have a bunch of rumors that some sort of Direct is happening today, whether or not it's a partner Direct. So by the time this video goes out, that may or may not have already happened. And if it has happened, let me know how it was. We also have big rumors about another NSO drop sometime very soon, and even more just kind of smaller announcements. Like today's video is packed. And of course, before we hop into it, I'd appreciate if you guys could subscribe to help me reach my goal of 10,000 subs. All right, let's hop right into it. I'm honestly just gonna start off with the crazy news right here. Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa says that they have new Switch 2 titles for the holidays of this year and for early 2027 that have yet to be announced. He said, while it may be ideal to deliver new titles more frequently and in a more timely manner, as you pointed out, software development periods have become longer compared to the past. Even under these circumstances, we will continue to implement various initiatives such as refining our development systems and processes so that many titles can be enjoyed on the Switch 2. Furthermore, regardless of whether it is considered a major title or not, we are preparing a variety of new titles for the Switch 2. In addition, for the lineup for the second half of this fiscal year, we have prepared new titles beyond already announced, and we will provide details at the appropriate time. Providing details at the appropriate time makes me think Nintendo Direct. But this is huge news. I mean, obviously, this is literally from the president himself confirming that there are big games and smaller games, because he said whether or not it's considered a major title or not. So the major titles would be Big 3D Mario, brand new Zelda game. I'm assuming that Ocarina of Time remake would probably fit within that major title slot. And then the spin-off games, obviously we're gonna have spin-off games. Like we had rumors about a Ganondorf kind of spin-off Zelda game where the game is based on Ganondorf. So I wonder if that would be considered, not a major title, because that may not spark interest for everybody, right? And based on this layout right here, this is pretty much all of the Nintendo games that we know of right now, right? Most of them have a release date already announced. And obviously, like after June, what the heck is there, bro? There's literally nothing that has been announced yet. So this is great news, especially since they just announced that because of the price hike of the Switch 2, they're gonna focus on bigger and better games. And I feel like they've been cooking up some pretty good games recently overall. We've been getting a pretty good mix of third-party stuff, ports and remakes, brand new games, spin-offs or whatever. So I feel like the future of Nintendo for the Switch 2 is gonna be really bright, because they have to deliver these good games to make it worth that console price, you know what I mean? Now let's talk about the NSO stuff. So everyone is saying that there's probably gonna be an NSO game drop this week because the Nintendo Music was not updated at the usual time. No addition to Nintendo Music today. The last time Nintendo did not add anything on a Tuesday was the week last week, which we had the Star Fox Direct, followed a little later by the addition of the game's OST to the music app. Could there be a partner Direct today? And now today I'm probably gonna drop this video a little bit earlier than usual, just in case this does happen, because this would be huge. Obviously, Nintendo are not afraid to just randomly announce a Direct, whether or not it's a partner Direct or a general Direct or a random, specific Direct. Whatever they do is gonna be successful. Now, I don't think that this would be a main big general Direct, because I feel like they would want to announce that like earlier ahead of time, so that way people can mark it on their calendars and stuff, because that's the Direct obviously with the huge titles, which I still do believe is happening in June. That is my guess. In my head, I'm like 99% certain it's gonna happen in June. Let me know when you think this next general Direct is gonna happen, but I could totally see them doing a partner showcase or whatever today, honestly, and even announcing something for the NSO. I don't really have an idea of what it could be, because originally we kind of thought one of the Star Fox games could have been released on the NSO. Maybe it's going to be a Metroid game. Who knows? Maybe it could be a Zelda game that is not on there yet. Maybe it could be Star Fox or something. We also have Nintendo League saying partner at 5 a.m. today. BFun also yesterday said this. I think that in the next coming days, many of you are going to be very happy, kind of teasing at some sort of Direct or announcement, which is really interesting because we have been getting a lot of random Directs, a lot of tree houses, like a lot of just kind of smaller announcements, and we are just still waiting for that big general Direct, because the president literally did say that they have things planned, and I am dying to know what they are. Obviously, we have this picture of the leak, which I'm not going to cover again because we've talked about it so many times, but if you haven't seen it, you could pause, because it's definitely very interesting, and some of these games I could definitely see happening this year. In my mind, I would like to think that a Zelda game is going to be releasing this year, because next year should be that big 3D Mario game, and of course Pokemon wins in waves. So in order to not compete with themselves, that's why I kind of think that Zelda's coming out this year. But I guess they actually responded to this during questions about that console price, like more confirmation from Nintendo, like they don't necessarily want the price hike, but they kind of have to raise the price because everything is just getting so expensive, man. Like, everything is so expensive nowadays, and it is unfortunate. It seems like they are genuine about making better games for the Switch 2 to make up for that, which is awesome. Even if we still have to pay like $70 or $80 for these video games, hopefully some of them are going to be a little on the cheaper side, which at least they are doing the thing where some of the digital games are like $10 cheaper, which I still prefer physical media, but I still think that's a good move from Nintendo to at least give a discount for digital games. I don't know, man, there's something about this generation and this era of Nintendo that has me kind of extremely hyped and kind of just feeling a little bit different than the Switch 1 era of Nintendo games. I don't know, let me know what you think. In other news, that's actually very good news. If you want to buy a Switch 2 before the price hike, in early June, you'll be able to buy a bundle for $500 that includes the console plus a digital game, which you could pick between Mario Kart World or Donkey Kong Bonanza or Pokopia, which is really cool, especially the fact that this is happening before the price hike. If only it was a special edition console, man. I am extremely dying to have a Switch 2 exclusive, but out of all three of these games, if you haven't picked up a Switch 2 yet, which one would you pick? I personally would have probably gone with Pokopia. When I got my Switch 2, I actually got the Mario Kart World bundle. Very fun game, but like it just needs to have more content, which we do have a DLC leak. So there is going to be a DLC for that game, which I also think is going to come out this year. My theory is that DLC will come out this year. I'm actually going to save that for another video though, because I do have some theories and more things to back up like why I think that DLC is coming out this year. DK Bonanza though, fantastic game. I recommend it heavily, but if you want like the most bang for your buck, I would probably go with Pokopia, because this is like the biggest game on here in my opinion that you will spend the most time on and probably will play for years and years if you're interested in that type of game. Also, this is not a leak or anything, but just a very crazy topic I wanted to bring up about how the Switch 2 has been out for a year now and we don't have any media apps, no YouTube, no Hulu, or nothing. Netflix, dude, that is crazy. Like, give us YouTube at least, man. It is so bizarre that they have not done it yet. I mean, obviously, our phones, our computers can use these apps, but I still feel like the Switch 2 is an important console to have some of these apps on. There are plenty of times where I'm like just sitting on my desk or something and it's like, you know, this Switch would be a perfect like kind of tiny tablet just to watch YouTube or have some ambiance music in the background. Hopefully that happens eventually. And in other news, we did just have a brand new amiibo announced, which actually has articulated arms, which is very, very cool. How do you guys feel about amiibo, man? Some of them are just getting ridiculous with the prices. I don't have a big collection of amiibo. I would like to, but at the same time, I just can't justify buying most of them, low-key. But this one is very, very cool. Very cool looking. It's cool that it has a more unique displayable feature, which I know a lot of people will love because it makes it almost that much more worth it to buy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think the big games are going to be? This is some big stuff today, like some huge announcements for real. I think we're in for a very good time with Nintendo very, very soon. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.